Hi guys, welcome back. Sorry I've been kind of MIA recently. I just started school like a week ago and it's kind of been kicking my ass, so I haven't really had time to upload recently. But I'm gonna try to continue as much as I can, but I don't know about like a set schedule yet or anything like that. But just want to let you guys know I have not forgotten about you guys. I'm still here, just really busy recently. Okay, so today we're doing majority element. So we're given an array called nums of size n, and they want us to return the majority element. So they say the majority element is the element that appears more than n over 2 times. We may assume that the majority element always exists in the array. So in example 1, we're given input nums equals this array, and we would return 3 because 3 is the majority element in this case, which is the element that appears more than n over 2 times, where n is the length of the array. In example 2, we're given this input array, and we would return 2 because, as we can see here, 2 is the number that appears more than n over 2 times in the array. So that should be pretty straightforward. Anytime we are dealing with the counts of any numbers, your mind should automatically go to a hash map where we are storing the numbers and mapping them to the counts of that number. So basically, if we are given nums equals 3, 2, 3, like that, then we can make a map where we are storing the counts, where 3 would have a count of 2 and 2 would have a count of 1, like this. And then we can go through the map, like loop through it, and just check for the one that has a count that is greater than n over 2, where n is the length of the array. So, and then we can just return that element. So we would return 3 in this case. Okay, so we're going to start by setting up our map. So we're going to do integer to integer. And then we're just going to loop through our nums array and add each number and increment its count until we have basically like this in our map. So for num in nums, map.put, num and get or default. Okay, so then after we do this, we're gonna have this map, and then we are just going to loop through our map now and check for the number that has a frequency of more than n over 2. So for num in our maps key set, if map.getNum, which would be the frequency, so if num is 3, then map.getNum is going to be 2. This is greater than nums.length divided by 2. Then we will, apparently I can't speak, jeez, we will return that number. Okay, and then we're just going to check for every single number in our map, and our map should only have like 2 numbers anyway, based on what they tell us here. I guess it could technically have more numbers, but they tell us that there's only going to be one majority element. So yeah, so this should work, because this will just this algorithm would just return the first one, but they tell us there's only one, so it doesn't matter. And then if we go through the entire thing and there's nothing, which there won't be because they told us that it always will exist, then we'll return -1, but we're just going to put this here anyway just to avoid an error, because otherwise it's going to think we don't have a return value. So let's run this. Okay, and then our time complexity is going to be O of n, where n is the number of elements in nums, and I will go through why. So first we set up our hash map, and then in this loop we are looping through every single number in nums. So that is going to be O of n in this loop here. And for every number we are putting it in the map. So we're either adding it as a new one or incrementing the value of its frequency, but either way we are processing n elements in this loop, so that's O of n. And then in this loop, we are looping through all of the keys in the map, and that is also going to be proportionate to O of n. So basically then we have O of n plus O of n, which will give us O of n here. And then our space complexity is also going to be O of n, and that is because we have one data structure that we use, which is our hash map, and that is storing proportionate to n elements in it. So that is going to be O of n. So that's it for this problem. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you found this helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!